My name's Rafael, you're watching Marco Garage, and today we're going to talk about 3 Rolling Stones albums that Keith Richards thinks are underrated. But first, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, tell me what you think, if you like those records or not. Well, let's start. The first one, Keith said in an interview with GQ magazine back in 2020 that he thinks is underrated, which is Bridges to Babylon, released in 1997. It's the final studio album released by the Stones in the 90s, and it's really a nice record. It has a few famous songs. Probably the most famous one from that album is Anybody Seen My Baby. It also has Out of Control, How Can I Stop, and Saint of Me. This album peaked at number 3 on the United States Billboard 200 chart and number 6 on the United Kingdom albums chart at the time. And it's really a nice record. I mean, I personally think the Rolling Stones made a lot of good records in the 90s, and even the live ones, I mean, they're really incredible records. And this is the first one. So we moved to the second one, and the second and the third one he revealed in an interview back in 1998 with Dean Goodman. He said that he really believes these albums are underrated, and the second one is Emotional Rescue, released in 1980. And I mean, besides the title track, that is Emotional Rescue, it also has another famous song, which is She's So Cold, and also Send It To Me. Those are really good tracks as well. She's So Cold is also a really famous song by the band. And that album peaked at number 1 on the United Kingdom's album charts, and also in the United States Billboard 200 at the time. It peaked at number 1 on both of them. And it's a great record as well. That's the second one on the list. And we move to the third one on the list, which is Undercover, released in 1983. It's really an album that a lot of people hate and a lot of people like. It's not one of the greatest Rolling Stones albums for many people, but it wasn't as successful as Emotional Rescue. There were really no big hits in that album, and the most famous songs from their record, the most remembered songs from their record, are Undercover the Night, and She Was Hot, for example. But it peaked at number 3 on the United Kingdom's albums chart and number 4 on the United States Billboard 200s chart. And I mean, obviously, when you think about the Rolling Stones, you're probably going to think about the 60s and 70s albums. Obviously, they are probably the best ones from their career, and even Keith considers that. We already made a video talking about his favorite Rolling Stones albums, and most of them were made with Mick Taylor on guitar. He never, always said that his personal favorite lineup of the band in terms of songwriting was with Mick Taylor, and he really likes those early 70s albums, late 60s, early 70s albums. But I think the 80s, 90s, and thousands era of the Rolling Stones is quite underrated. There are many good tracks during this past 3 decades, 4 decades, and now that has many good songs. Obviously, they're not incredible records like the ones made on the 60s and 70s, but they're still good. So if you haven't heard these 3 albums that Keith said are underrated, go check it out and tell me what you think, if you like these albums or not, okay? If you want to read more, you can go to the description and visit the article we wrote about this. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave your comment, tell me what you think, okay? Thank you for watching, and I see you later.